Listen. I know it's tough to listen to. The sounds of people struggling, dying in the streets. Looking for answers. Looking for guidance. I have one message. Recently, I had Chinese food, and I received a message. No joke. It says, "Don't stop now." 3 simple words. But when you look deeper, look into the true meaning, this strip of paper is urging me to never cease. The end of Dungeonetics. Delicious. When we last left our adventurers, we were trying to pin a crime on one of the council members. We had a lot of enemies. Decided to be opportunistic and really cut a man down without using the blade. In this particular episode, there's a wonderful exchange between our rogue, Miles Carver, and Kelson, who, as a bad cop, good cop exchange goes, the finale is upon us. Will we destroy the Black Tower? Will we truly uncover the vile villain villainizing our vestiges? Very much. Listen, won't you? Thank you very much for listening, Dungeonetics. Catch you on the break.
Alright, you go there and you see that as you're walking in, the Sergeant at Arms is leaving.
Oh.
He sees you come in. He's
bent nose action.
He's shuffling some paperwork and he comes up and greets you and he's like, "Did you hear that the council's meeting in about 15 minutes?"
No, we did not.
No, we've been out for days.
I know. It's good to see you guys back.
Good to be seen.
Since our first expedition hasn't returned, we were kind of hoping that you guys could lead the next.
It's a possibility.
Maybe.
Right now, Lee and Taff is trying to put together the next expedition.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is he doing this in the next 10 minutes? Because he should probably slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
before he sends
The
We're
tower
kinda,
seems
kind of
unnaturally
gathering our-
dangerous. I
Yeah.
prefer to wait until we know more about what we're dealing with.
Yeah, we're
Well,
just
he's
gathering our wits
actually a
about
mage
us.
of the tower, so he's going to lead the next one. He was the guy that was
Yeah,
staying
the
at
guy
the
in
other
the-
tavern.
Oh, our
That was
informant.
just outside.
That helped you guys
Yeah,
a
he's
few
my
times.
boy.
He was outside the tower when it transported out.
He's my boy.
I would like to talk to him more
boy,
about
Blue.
that incident because I wasn't expecting the giant magical fallout that
Well,
followed.
he actually is preparing in another room on a side room off the main council. He's going to brief us on our next attempt. We're going to give him several of the watch members, and Council Shepard said that he would go in with him.
You two press the guy.
Alright.
We'll go talk to the mage.
Okay.
Okay, good.
You sure? You're the cop?
Yeah, and with a charisma.
We'll play good cop. We'll play good cop werewolf.
Remember what happened?
Do you see what he looks like? He looks like someone that
I know.
lives like...
Yeah.
So you just call it a tree stump.
yeah.
His staff literally looks like a growing tree. It has like leaves and stuff off
I'm
of
trying
it.
to consult the doctor about that.
Yeah. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that. You guys go.
All right, as they're
Talk to the
walking off,
guys.
what do you guys ask him? And he's like, "Is there anything I could help you with?"
Yeah, we were just kind of just wanting to know what's been going on the past couple of days because I've been out for a while. I know he's been around.
Well, I've been coordinating with the Sergeant at Arms that basically ensuring that those men at arms that remain are not loyal to the late Duke.
It's a good idea.
He had a little eccentric behavior that needs to be, hopefully it hadn't spread to any of the others under his chain of command.
Yeah, it was kind of bad. and stuff.
I guess I wasn't really around for that.
Good.
We need to maintain order without the Duke, and especially after Aiden's murder, we need to ensure the public that the security of the city is still intact.
Was there any information that came out? Like any information?
We have
anyone's
no
found about
idea.
that?
He was alone, and as far as we knew, he was alone. All the council members were here. There were several guard in the town, and you guys were the only ones that were in this building at the time.
Did he have any known enemies or anyone that might not have liked him that we might know about?
Not that we know of.
When was the last time you actually saw him?
Probably the day you guys headed to the well.
Is anyone that was outside the council that was like very vocal besides him against you guys? There was any like
Against, well, there's a lot of people within the society.
But there was like is there like another like up to his level of was like does he have like any co-partners that you guys know of or anything?
Aiden, no. The other vocal people were actually the high priest in the cathedral. He spoke out against the council as well.
Interesting.
You guys go in. You see a cloaked individual. You see his back, and then you see Liam Taft on the other side with his hood on his robe pulled back, and he's got a map laid out, and he seems to be explaining some of the magical defenses that may be in place to the other individual in this room.
We don't know who that individual is.
No, the three of you walk in, and he's like leaning over like this, so you're coming up right behind him.
I mean, like, what are we trying to?
Okay.
Are we trying to convince him to give us like anything? Yeah, are we just trying to?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
I heard you guys are mounting a war party.
Offer.
We want in.
Liam Taft sees you guys, and he's like, "It's great to see that you guys are all
Yeah,
right.
like, just
You're definitely what we need to push this expedition over the top."
Yeah.
So far,
Then run to the
we
rest of the guys
have
and
several of
try
the
to-
watch that have volunteered.
very tactful.
There's me, Counselor Shepard, who's partially trained. He wasn't actually a wizard of the tower. And there's my new friend. And the cloaked figure turns around, and he pulls back his cowl, and you see that he's an elf. And you recognize him. It's Slade Scion, the guy that sacked Hidden Harbor.
Oh, he's a bad guy.
He goes, we meet again.
The
Unfortunately.
leaf people. The leaf people.
Is there going to
And
be a
then
problem?
Liam Taft looks between the two of you guys. You guys know each other?
Yeah.
The leaf
We
people.
kind of do.
Wait.
I'm confused. I'm just confused why he's here.
Well, let me just clue in my little mage friend here. Basically, the blood dragon here has a blood vow against him because, well, that's just the way it goes.
He kind of walks around the tower and like, basically, he kind of like just goes like this and like opens his thing and you see like a row of daggers. He's like, no, nothing personal about what happened before, but I'm here helping to clean up your mess.
I'd still like to know what before
guy
was
up.
all about. But before
That guy's
that,
getting a
I'd
dagger
like
to
to
the
know why
face.
the potion we were given to dump in the well exploded in
I'm
our
giving that guy a
faces.
dagger.
Well, that has nothing to do with these guys. That was from Counselor Shepard.
Oh, I thought we were talking to Shepard.
No, Shepard's in another one. He's with the other council members.
Okay.
I have one question for you, Slade. How do you walk with balls that big? Because after this is over, are we going to have a problem?
I have no problem with you.
Are you sure?
No one cries for a town of pirates that's put out in this way.
That was my town. Well, okay, well, it wasn't really my town.
But
Still.
the problem was the town of pirates that were waylaying vessels from this nation, if not others. Also, the people in that town were responsible for releasing souls.
Oh.
And I have basically information from my superiors that believe the reason why the tower left this plane is because Solsi came here and he took it over.
Yeah, I got that saying on my side too.
So I'm here to ensure that this doesn't spread. He needs to be either returned to his prison or destroyed.
No.
So for now, we have an uneasy truce, so to speak.
I have no problem with this nation, but he needs to be contained. He was the vessel of the god of death. during the war that my ancestors fought. to
No, but it's
save
just easier
humanity.
instead of talking over top people.
Quick aside. Thank you.
John,
Yeah.
see, just let me know if I can do that. Don't tell me what it is, but just see if I can do that.
I do remember that.
From what me and
You
Keelan are
could,
doing.
but it's the disguise kit doesn't hold up to like really close inspections, especially if they're people that know each other very well. Like putting some makeup and changing your things, like.
Well, then
It's going
not
to be a
really
little
disguise
hard.
kit. It's like
The disguise kit's more useful, like for disguising yourself, someone that isn't
doesn't know you?
completely known or doesn't know you, but like when they know you and they know each other very well, disguising as one or the other is going to be very difficult.
And
that how it
now
goes?
that
Something
Crystal
like that? I think
Skull's
so.
gone, and I'm crazy, and I'm
You're
killed
cuckoo
someone,
for Cocoa Puffs.
All right.
who knows?
This is my thought.
Uh-oh.
I have more than one, actually. This is the one I'm going to talk about.
How about we're aside? Sorry, sir. Sorry.
I don't trust him any
I
farther
keep
than
forgetting
I
there's a camera here.
can
It's
throw
weird.
him.
It's like right over my...
And honestly, I believe he has his own ulterior motives. I seriously doubt he's here to help. But right
Please,
now we
he's
have
watching
bigger
me.
problems to deal with, and he needs to go the back burner. But we need to keep an eye on him because the minute he steps out of line, I'm
Keep your
sticking
enemies
my sword in
closer,
him.
Bob. Chester, keep your enemies closer.
Keep your enemies in your butts. I mean, keep your enemies in your
Keep your enemies
pockets.
in your butt. We got to keep him close to us to see what's going on. And he might spill and tell us, indulge us with some information unknowingly.
Not for nothing, Slade.
Keelan,
I'm sorry.
Jay.
I apologize
Should we
for
go
any
bad
harm.
cop on this guy?
I find you guys equal
I could rough him up.
companions in the
wanna
war
rough
that's
him up?
Not
coming.
like rough him
That
up.
was-
Oh,
that
where's
was
his
like-
giants? Be like,
Yeah, that invasion
Giant
force
probably
was
kinda
amazing.
knows.
The
He
leaps
won't
and
fit in the
the
building.
do-do-do, and the
Well,
jump
the elves
window.
don't go to war often, but
Have his face in the window, that's about it.
I received that order
You'd have to,
directly
like,
from the king of the elves.
call him. It's not like
It
I can
wasn't
just-
my call.
Yeah.
Like,
You
like
okay with
Yeah, we'd have to come back.
blow
dwarves?
the giant horn. He's gonna like up here.
The other firstborn are Conrads.
Oh,
One of
really?
the older ones.
I think you might be able to get away with that a little bit more because you're kind
It's
of.
been lonely. It's been
I
lonely.
hear actually now that the son of Fallen
He doesn't really
is
know
in
you
your
as
party.
much. So he knows us from past stuff, so he
Yeah.
knows I'm not like
Yeah.
I know him from my.
jumpy.
Yeah.
Falling Rain was very popular
your other
within the
hand?
Druid
Kinda.
Council. The king holds the Druid Council's
Your buddy who we could
Get away
opinion
with it.
very highly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah, we can give that a try.
he's actually passed.
That's unfortunate. He's been on.
Well,
He's
that's
been
not
away
good.
from the kingdom for a long time doing the errands of the council.
My heart grows heavy with the memory of
You might
his-
want to consult the
of
doctor.
his. I'm gonna try to fake cry.
Roll for fake cry.
Oh, that's pretty good. 17
Oh,
with a minus
nice.
one, so that's
Yeah.
16.
It's like you went to Juilliard.
Some tears.
Got a lot of
He,
good.
he moves over and he
He went
puts,
to the
he
actor's
puts his
studio.
hand on your shoulder and he's like, "It's all right, brother."
It's like he went to the actor's studio or something.
My favorite
Taught by the
swear
master.
word. No.
And then the mage to cut the
Super cut for
awkwardness.
Jesus,
He's like, I know most of all the security in this place. There are several things that may be in place if we take it, but it really depends on how much the academy has fallen. Like how many of the white wizards have turned, and if it really is Solsey in there. If he potentially got all of the academy, there's enough magical firepower in there that we probably will not be able to handle them.
Okay.
It's turning into
But
Lord of the
you
Rings
do
all of a
know
sudden.
Leon Taff from being here. He is one of the archmages mages of the tower. He's probably one of like the 8 strongest mages that live in the tower.
Okay.
So he can hold his own. You've seen Slade. He's not a wizard, but he's a proficient fighter. And Shepard, you know he knows magic, so he'll be. The watch will do what the watch do.
Die.
right.
We have a giant. I don't know if you've heard. He's
giant?
We have a giant.
A giant in the lowlands? Slade looks concerned. He's like, the giants haven't been to the lowlands since the elves made peace with them.
You know
Hold
it.
on one thought. Run down the hall. Go to this room. Find them. Hey, you know about giants, right? Grab them. Boom.
All right.
Because I don't know. Why are they here?
Huh?
The giants.
Oh, that's why I'm here. Giants. Thanks for carrying me down the
All
hall.
right, so you come in the room. Slade recognizes you. You kind of recognize him. Slade's a little older than you, but he remembers when you trained with your father in the Elven Kingdom before you came back to the human lands.
Slade?
And he's like, Kelson, I haven't seen you in probably a century. You have your grandfather's blade.
I do indeed. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
You were there with your father when they signed the peace treaty.
Yep, I remember that quite vividly.
And it's interesting that the Giants have decided this time to make any move on the lowlands. Eventually, after this, I will have to report that to the king. If they're in violation of the treaty, the elves will not be happy.
Yeah, nobody's going to be happy.
I'm all alone now.
I had something, but then he carried
I
me down
know,
the
he
hall.
took my brains away.
Right?
All right, well, what do you have?
Well, we had a plan, but you guys ruined it by carrying him away.
Pretend this happened before I took him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what's your idea? I'm pretty sure I got one too. Pretty sure.
We're going to ask him if he wants a position of power and which council member he needs, what needs to go. But you're going to rough him up a little bit first, remember?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about because I mean he's not very wealthy and he's not very well liked. Probably not very well adjusted.
He's not well respected. He does own some land. It is farmland outside the city, which normally he feeds a large portion. The problem now with the zombies is a lot of his farms have gone untended. He hasn't gone under yet, but he doesn't have a lot of money left.
Right. So I can put some monetary pressure on him by threatening to buy out his lands and completely bankrupt him and leave him with nothing except for.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm a noble, so I'm
He's
assuming
the
I've got
best
something
badass.
He's a
stashed
noble,
away.
and he's 200 years old.
Make him.
He's
Yeah.
a badass, man.
I got bank, yo.
Let's do it.
So-
do it.
Gangster
So
over
we
here.
can put pressure on him that way.
He's
Yeah,
effect-
good idea.
I'll play the good guy.
He's
by like, hey, man,
effectively
we don't really want
on
to do
the
this.
council.
He's kind of a nice
one
guy.
of the inner personal
We'll do it. Good cop, bad cop.
assistants to one of the other dukes in the north.
All right.
Okay.
And
Siege.
so, you know, if there's nothing else you really got information for us, I mean, there's nothing else you got going on, nothing else you know about what happened? Oh, there's something you want to say.
Yeah. So what was the Master of Arms? Master of Arms.
Sergeant Arms.
Sergeant at Arms. What was he doing here?
We were coordinating to ensure the loyalty of the remaining men at arms. We need to establish order. I was actually given that task by Chancellor Elmar.
Thank you for that.
Since the Duke's removal, Elmar has taken the authority.
So Elmar's up in charge.
Elmar is like, what was the
He's the head of the council.
head of the council?
He's up in charge.
He was appointed to the position by the late Duke. And since the Duke's passing, he is probably the most powerful person in the city.
So how's your farm? Just, you know.
Half my farms go untended, and with the loss of Rose Bloom, it's going to cause quite a problem for us with the coming winter.
So listen, I'm pretty sure you're not telling us everything that you know. So
Nice
I'm,
man said
I'm
he
ju-
told us
I'm ju-
everything.
But I got a gut feeling that he doesn't because I'm the bad cop.
I can't control him sometimes. He just goes off the handle.
Well, I don't know much. All I know
I love you.
is Elmar. He's like, all I know is Elmar moved very quickly on consolidating power.
No.
He's also the one that gave the order to kill the old Duke.
Okay.
I basically do what everyone tells me. I don't have as much influence on the council as the other people.
Would you like more?
Like how?
Well,
All right. I guess we're going back to that. Well, there's a priest that is apparently pissing everybody off. What with the undead and whatnot. And are you a particularly holy man? Do you observe the Sabbath?
The pious. Well, you do know from the pious. That's his family or his name, last name. He is incredibly religious. He's probably about 40 pounds underweight because he fasts every third day.
should probably knock me up for killing the priest.
Well, not him.
Oh.
We'd kill him and do it for
Oh.
him.
His name's Emerson the Pure.
Emerson the Pure. How do you feel about the way the church is run these days?
Oh, the church is bloated and full of money.
Loaded and full of money.
Emerson's probably got the largest endowment of anyone left on the council.
So, how would you feel about the chance to fix that?
What are you suggesting?
Well, I'm just suggesting that if you feel that strongly about the church, I'm assuming you would think that something needs to be done. So, let's just cut to the chase. How would you like the opportunity to do something about it?
I don't know what you want me to do.
Do you want me to do this? Or him?
Basically, all we really need from you is to just take control, do your thing, but when we ask, be our guy.
I'll see. I do have a good working relation with the sergeant at arms. That may come in handy.
That may come in handy.
Am I supposed to ask this until we do this? Or okay. All right, man. Well, keep on keeping on.
And you'll be hearing from us.
He shakes your hand, and he's like, will I see you guys at the council meeting in a few minutes?
Yes,
Yes.
you will.
And remember to keep this on the DL, if you know what I mean.
At this point, I run into the room and grab him.
All right.
What the deuce?
Again,
There we go.
All right, back
I'm getting
to you guys.
grabbed
What
by
you
a very
guys
small dwarf and being chugged down the hall.
Wait for me! All right, now I get to the room and I see this guy and I'm like, what the fuck?
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be badass?
Is he going to walk into the room?
Because I want to get pissed.
Well,
because
yeah, if
that
you
guy
follow
and me
him-
had bad times
I'm gonna-
last time we
He's
saw each
gonna
other.
meet us up here, but
Yeah, well, I'm going to stop him.
No, but
before
I
he
had
actually-
way more bad times than you guys did because me and him had a thing, didn't we?
now that would
If
just
I remember correctly.
change the
Dude,
course
he
of the
downed us
story.
both. You and me both.
I know, but he really wrecked me more than he wrecked
He
because you got
opened
all
up
your armor and shit. I got nothing.
He opened up your.
Yeah, he
your,
gutted me.
spilled his
almost.
bowels.
He tried to gut me.
Honestly,
Poopy.
it would
So I walked
change the
in the
whole
room,
story if
wouldn't
you
it?
came in there and you just,
Just
went
jumped
attacking.
across and did the like, stealth move and just
I
right
actually
in the
kind
neck.
of think it would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I kind of think it would
Like
make...
if you walked in there,
All right, look, Mister, I'm possessed by evil. Let's not, let's not
Let's
listen.
jump to killing people.
Yeah, let's not
well,
go
I'm
with
just
your
saying,
plan.
it
Isn't
would
that what
change
we do?
things. It would change things.
It would definitely change the dynamic of the room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There'll be a time and a place for him.
Yeah, but why if we have it right now when I don't know what's going on? I
Yeah.
see that
Because
guy.
All right, so
I
you
know
walk
what
in,
he
you see them talking to Slade.
But I don't
And
see Slade.
leave.
How about he's not facing me and then he turns around and I see his face?
No, he's facing them now.
All right, so I come in the room,
Yep.
roid rage, and he strikes me.
Yeah. And
The
then
power of the wolf,
Are you
and I come running across the room.
gonna? We stop you.
You
Yo,
try to
yo,
stop me, but I use.
Oh, do we have to
decorative
roll here
face.
to see if we can
You have
stop
to roll
him?
and stop Mark.
Roll an initiative check to see if you can act before Mark. And Mark, you roll one too. See how fast you go.
God, you're the fastest person in
14.
our party.
10.
19 plus...
What'd you get, Mark?
11 plus 5.
All right,
What
you
did I
go.
have?
16.
You go much faster than he does.
Huh?
He reacted. What are you gonna do?
Good tell him. Hold, stay your anger. I know what you're feeling. Believe me.
Are you just gonna talk to him?
You guys
or
are
are you
across
I'm
the
gonna
room.
stand in his way.
Yeah, obviously.
We're
I'm like
all-
coming at
we're
you.
all-
Grab him.
We're all
Yeah,
grab-
I'm gonna
we're
stand
all
in his way,
grab.
grab him.
We should
All
all.
right, roll.
As he tries to grab me, I go for my crossbow.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Roll strength checks because he goes faster than you.
Are we all?
No, just the two of them. They're basically wrestling.
5.
about to get real.
I have a strength modifier of 5,
So
so...
you get 10. What'd you get?
13 plus 16.
Oh.
So you get in front of
I'm
Mark,
gonna kill this guy before Johnny even gets a chance to do it.
and he made Mark just kind of like spins out of your arm and kind of rolls around you.
You're like, no.
It's like, no, not now.
And then I get right up to him. As my arm goes up, I stop right before his neck. And I say, why shouldn't I kill you?
Can I roll to slap Mark?
No,
Unconscious?
you do that. Your knife comes out, and you notice the slender steel of elven steel against your throat. And he goes, "So you ain't faster than me." Right now. But there will be a day when I am. And I just pull the blade back and I walk out of the room.
Jesus, will you girls put down the knives?
Yeah,
Come on.
come on.
He puts
That
his
bowled me.
Yeah,
he
did.
puts his thin rapier back in his scabbard.
We got shit we gotta do. Let's go.
And as I walk out of the room, I turn and go,
Effing
I'll be
around.
at the tower.
good, huh?
Someone's getting old.
All right, so everyone goes to the council meeting.
Except for me, because I'm at the tower waiting.
So
Pacing back and forth in front of the door.
So there's
Whoa.
the 5.
I mean,
There's
whoa!
8 guards around.
That was really intense. Gosh, I thought Miles Carver was really gonna change the dynamics of the entire episode. Dooming our wonderful DM to all failure. Because when we off NPCs, we don't let anyone know. More on that later. Thank you again for listening to Dungeonetics. We can be reached on Instagram at Dungeonetics. Email at dungeonetics@gmail.com and on Twitter at Dungeonetics. Thank you so much, and I'd like to thank a couple of the wonderful people providing sounds for this particular episode. We get most of our sounds at freesounds.org because, well, I don't feel like paying for shit. The following I like to thank first. Minigun Fiend, Deck Stromornay, 13 and Harry, Malfun 2, Timbre, AG Money Trigger, Devore, that's a 0. DSIS Studios, Clank Bleed, again, Dungeonets. Back to the adventure.
Do you know why there was such an explosive after effect when the tower re-entered our dimension?
Shepard speaks. He's like, I completely apologize. I did not see that in my projections. It's almost as if the water you guys brought back contained like hundreds of souls trapped in it. I had no idea that potion was going to unleash a wave of shades against you.
Well, for the record, don't do that again.
Yeah. Seriously.
I don't like being knocked out. I know it's not your fault. I know. You couldn't see it, but listen, innocent people don't need to die just because,
It's completely understandable, but at least now all of you guys are safe. The Duke is removed. If we can just get the tower under control, we can put order back to the city. Pretty much everyone has some kind of weapons. Some of the council members have like daggers, but there's you guys. Slade has more weapons than you can count. The wizard,
psycho stabby elf.
The wizard has a staff. Shepard has his bow that he always has on his back, and
You still need to send Stone Boy to go climb up and get the dagger.
No,
and
we
put it
he
in.
already
did that.
And he placed it in the priest room.
I don't know, where did you place it?
Yeah, that's what the whole point of the whole
The
thing.
priest was. Yeah.
I was actually going to place
You tape it to the back of his dresser like I told you to.
Okay,
Good boy.
we'll go with that. All right, as you guys get there, Elmar, it's very good that we got you guys back. I was afraid with what we had available right now, it may be very difficult to get control of the White Tower. We don't know how far it's corrupted.
I'm gonna kill that guy.
Our last people we sent in
gonna
did
kill
not
that guy.
return.
No. Who would you send in there? Just random.
Some of the watch members. We didn't know. It was before Slade arrived and told us that he believed that something else was in there.
Okay.
It was my
Well, I'm
understanding.
starting to think of something different that I could be doing
No.
because you guys aren't. I'm not in the room with you guys.
No, I know. You're outside pacing, like,
But what if I?
me? You want a piece of me?
I'm saying, what if I walk up? What if I run into the sergeant of arms while I'm outside?
But that.
Have you met our friend Kelson?
Yes, it's the Huntmaster of Axford. We've
I'm not there. I'm
had
just saying. I'm
relations
not
with
there.
him.
The Hunt Master. I already made that joke last time.
Who the hell am I talking to?
This is.
All 5 council members,
Yeah, we're all.
the 5 of you,
Not me.
not him.
Of course.
It's Slade, the elf, and the wizard.
Can I talk to Emerson?
Yeah, let's talk to
Yep,
Emerson.
you see Emerson, he's there.
Hey, buddy.
What up, douchey?
How can I help you?
Well, since we're all here and we're all good friends, just a couple quick questions. You're the holy person in this place, right? You're the one that was actually guarding to make sure that evil didn't come in.
I contain the relics of Saint Lear.
Then how did one of those relics slip into the hand of the enemy? How did that bone statuette get into the wrong...
Well, I don't actively guard them. I own the property. The sacrosanct, my female warriors are the ones that guard them.
Oh, female warrior.
Wow.
No one sees what they look like. They have full plate, and they've taken a vow of silence.
So you think
Can
so?
I recommend that you re-up their vows?
You think they're silent?
You need to out.
You know what I mean? I made them speak. But it's useless as nipples on a breastplate.
You made one big mistake. And it puts doubt in my
Well,
mind.
uses nipples on a Batman suit.
I'm
that too.
almost to the point where I cannot trust anyone on this council. That's how I personally feel. I would like to search everyone's room to make sure everyone's on the up and up.
I think he's correct.
Now the badge comes out.
I think we should. I don't trust anybody in this council.
Elmar kind of rocks back in his chair. He goes, "That is a good idea. I will have the watch check everyone's rooms. However, I think it's imperative that whatever's in that tower be not allowed to grow its influence beyond the
hold on.
tower.
Definitely.
It's now within the plane, and if Slade is correct, and it is Solsea in there, then this town has a much larger problem than whatever anyone on this council has locked in their closet."
Sidebar.
Like
What if-
porn?
What if I walk in with the Sergeant Arms right now? The Sergeant Arms has a dagger, and he announces that he found it in the priest's room.
No, they need no.
We're on a path.
Has anybody actually looked at this dagger?
Brian did.
Well, I had it. I tried.
Well, we're
It,
it's a sidebar.
it
We're in
was
sidebar.
his dagger.
Okay, it was his dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't put your initials on it.
Property of Kazaa.
This is KK.
Yeah.
Property
Marc.
of the Nutty Wizard.
No, they need to. They need to find
it smells
it on
coloring
that
with a K.
person. We can't just
Coloring
have
it.
someone come in there and
Kingsley.
claim they found it somewhere
What? Where?
because anybody could say that.
Yeah, they're letting it happen naturally.
Yeah,
so
you
it
gotta let it
sounds-
happen.
So it feels like it's not forced.
Yeah, so that
'Cause if
no
some- you-
suspicion is drawn to it.
Anybody can come in and be like, "I found this in so and so's bedroom."
But if it's
proof?
the
I found this in
guard,
my pants and it was itchy.
No.
That reminds me of the cops in L.A. Anyway, then the time is now. Let's fuck up some shit.
All right.
Are we going
So-
in?
Yeah, we're going.
So there's
All right.
the four of you go to meet him. There's the
Sergeant of
wizard,
Arms,
the elf. Dalton isn't going in. He's making sure that there's still order in the town while you guys are in there. However, he does commit 30 men at arms that are joining the expedition.
Sorry, no,
So
fuck
you're
up
waiting
shit.
outside the tower. While you're waiting out there, you see above the tower these dark swirling clouds starting to gather.
It's like
Oh,
Ghostbusters.
it knows.
Terror.
It knows.
You start to see like a thunderstorm appears. As you guys are coming up to the thing, the top of the tower gets struck about 3 times in quick succession.
It knows.
It's Gozer, the
And
Gozer.
as you see them walk up,
There's gotta be.
It's gotta
it's
be.
lightning disco.
I
It's the,
love a good
it's the
friend
Cantina
disco.
The
band.
darkness is performing up there.
Well, before we enter said tower, shall we nosh on some pizzas before they get frozen?
Yeah.
I could bet if you want to get some pizza.
I could take a tinkle.
Kind of hung.
So to the disco.
So, Kingsley,
And that would be the music provided by.
you getting any
awesome
vibes?
rogue.
Any,
Wasn't it like
any
something like
visions?
that? Was like something like super
I don't
imposing?
remember.
You see
I just
anything?
remember that image as he's walking up the steps with
You
like,
see his- like, you see the shot
hundreds
of
of
the stairs.
stormtroopers behind him.
That was the best shot, though. I gotta admit.
It was a great shot. The movie just sucked. He get the little one, the younglings.
I have the high ground. Congratulations.
We've just been running up walls, but now I'm higher than you.
Now all
so
of a
I
sudden,
won
me
the
being
fight.
higher is gonna solve everything. I'd be like, I have a blaster. Bam. Game over.
Okay, so you guys are outside the tower.
Should we roll to see if there's any magic
Well,
outside?
I'm asking him if he Is he having any visions? Does
Yeah,
he sense
I mean,
anything
can I
from the
roll
tower?
to see if I have any
Is your
visions
spider
before
sense tingling?
we get
Well,
in there?
are you going to cast one of your spells that allow you to see?
I could do... Well, I don't want to do that one.
You don't have a lot of them memorized. The only one you have is contact another plane.
I know I don't want to use that right now. I
Okay.
feel like that would be a waste. Definitely a waste. But
Arcane knowledge, then?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Arcane knowledge.
All right,
sure.
roll. Not quite sure.
Nah, I'm not quite sure.
The big, long thing.
Your black robed wizard walks up to the front, and you see him trace like a signal, and it kind of glows the ruin on the door, and the door is just part up and open upward.
Excellent.
Those about to rock. Oh, God. We salute you.
You guys enter.
Hells to the yeah.
Let's probe a little deeper.
All right.
It's just one main entrance on the front, right?
The main door.
Yeah.
About 4 abreast. It's like a large door. This tower is about the same size as the Black Tower in Gloom Meadow. It's kind of like the sister tower of what stands in Gloom Meadow.
The opposite rook, so to speak.
Yes. As you guys enter, lightning strikes the top of the tower a few more times.
Goes to the Gozarian, goes to the Gozard.
It's not raining, is it?
It's raining men. It's raining elves.
Not quite, but you think it will be raining
Are
soon.
you the gatekeeper?
I am the keymaster.
So basically, there's 40 men at arms.
Okay over there?
There's 40 men at arms, and there's the 8 of you, which are 5 you, Counselor Shepard, Lean Taft, and Slade. You see,
Everybody else in one group.
you see
Everybody
Slade.
behind
He pulls a sword from his back and one from that's crisped on his belt,
And I
and
pull
he
a
just
dagger out of
kind
my
of
arm.
like holds them, and he's like, "No time but the present," and he just walks through the doors.
Come on, Kingsley, let's
I
go.
walk up behind him and jam him
Blast
and back on
away.
the neck.
Let's follow right behind him.
Yeah.
All right, by his side is Liam. Shepard has pulled his bow and has notched an arrow, and he's walking behind you guys. And then the columns of soldiers behind you.
Well, I
You see
guess I have my sword drawn then.
You see the first floor. There's no windows in the White Tower. You see there's interspaced these white globes. They suspended about 8 inches from the ceiling at different intervals. There's nothing attaching them, but they're providing the light inside the tower. You see what this tower looks like, kind of like a. And when you first enter, there's like a atrium, like a greeting room.
Good.
But you don't see anything. No one moving. There's some like debris on the floor, like some discarded some pieces of food, some cloth.
So none of the wizards that were charged with keeping the tower, or none of the order.
None of the entry room people. And then there's two
No one knows.
stairways that curl up both sides of the tower and go into doors onto the second floor.
Do they go the same?
No,
Or they
they're different doors.
different doors.
Anyone want to do a spot check?
All right, you're the most perceptive.
Duh.
You notice there's a kind of like a greeting room that's ajar. There's no one inside it. There's a table
Donuts,
and
though.
some chairs that have been torn, like kind of tossed over.
Donuts.
You don't notice anything else. You do notice one body behind like the main like greeting counter. It looks like a watchman. His face looks very like pale.
He's wearing a-
There's no blood out of him. You don't see any wounds on him, but he's very pale and he's dead.
Dead body.
Oh, where?
Behind that table.
Run over to it.
Okay.
Check it out.
Check it out.
I'll wait here.
Yeah, we should check it out. Check his.
I'm
First-
grab him, and we're checking it out.
I'm staying with you. Yes. Let's check it out.
You
I'm
see-
not going anywhere.
You see Counselor Shepard. He's kind of like got his bow trained on
just
the
gotta make sure I
doors
don't go
upstairs,
crazy.
kind of watching them.
Looks like a watchman. Am I correct?
Yeah, he looks like it, but he's got no blood, so.
Roll.
You're.
Like yeah. Roll.
Is that bite wounds? 3.
Again?
Let me
You're
come over and
examining
check.
him. He does have no wounds on him. You're not quite sure what killed him.
I'm really not sure what killed him. I think it was the fall. Oh, wait, there's a roof.
Does he have anything on him?
His sword is still in his scabbard. Never drew it.
Wow, he didn't even have a chance to fight back.
Are we sure that's the roof?
What?
What?
Could it be like a magic floor, and he could fall through it and die to his death?
I'm gonna
to his death.
take his sword, throw it against the roof, and look at him and go, yes! It's a roof.
I don't know. It's a magical tower. What do you want
You
from me?
throw the
Ting!
the clinking. All of a sudden, the guardsmen behind you all grab their swords and they're like, and then they just relax.
Your shit.
Yeah, but what if that went through the
No,
ceiling?
redo
Then
that.
what would you have said, huh?
So he doesn't have like any
because
keys
you're
or
with you.
anything on him besides the basics.
No.
All right.
Hopefully use his sword, not yours, because they don't
Does
have a
it?
sword.
It looks like he was caught like off guard. He died quickly. Is there any indication what he was doing before he died, or?
Cozy, you see anything?
Not sure. You wanna?
No,
examine?
I
Wizards should not hold secrets.
relate to Winterbottom that,
That's
as
the,
odd as it
third
may
rule of wizardry.
sound, I sense magic on this man.
Really?
Huh, yeah, Kazaa. Sense anything now?
Not me.
On the guy. Do you sense anything as well?
You roll an arcane.
You notice by examining his eyes, it seems like a magical presence went
sucked out of their
into
brain.
his brain.
Interesting.
Told you I went into his brain.
So something went into its brain through his eyes. That's what I'm
Ghost
getting
Rider.
out of this.
A really bad Nick Cage
Vengeance
movie.
stare.
A really bad Nick Cage movie went right through his eyes.
So, something magical. I mean,
into my
we're
eyes.
in our load of hurt if something can do that to this man. Gentlemen, I should warn you.
Oh,
I have
jeez.
a
I
lot
told
of
you it's
weird
something.
powers.
All right.
Told you it's something.
Well, it's clearly not a giant snake.
No, it is not.
As you move to the staircase, Leon comes over to you,
Chester, did you hear that?
kind of out of earshot of the others. He goes, "We might want to split up. I advise that your two hotheads are in different groups than Slade.
Who those two hotheads? You got one.
Me and him.
Oh, okay.
The ones that
yeah.
don't, the ones that want to kill him.
Yeah. Me, the counselor, Slade, will take 20 of the guardsmen, go up the left side. You take the other 20 guardsmen, go up the right side.
We want Shepard, though.
Well, yeah, what, 5 on one and 2 on the other? Or 6 on one and 2 on the other? We have to keep even teams.
Why?
Because that's the way you do things.
Well, if they
Why
get
not be even?
ambushed and it's just Slade and Leon and a bunch of grunts, they don't have as much firepower as the 6 of you guys.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I forgot how many people were with you.
Agreed. Let's go.
All right, he grabs your arm and he's like, be safe.
As of you.
All right.
Hope you die soon. I said to Slade as he walks away.
You're gonna blow your cover.
Feel the door.
What, he knows I don't like him.
Is there any
If I
heat?
tell Slade I hope he dies soon.
I'm thinking backdraft
You gonna
situation.
stop, drop, and roll?
All right, so the parties
Only if you see
The parties
smoke
start
come
to
out
break
and then it goes
apart
back in. That means
to
it's
both sides.
Fire backtrack.
Suddenly all the glowing orbs deactivate and the entire floor goes dark.
Wow.
Yeah. Good idea. Let's separate.
Make listen checks.
Oh, you have no wisdom.
Plus what?
Would you get
12, I said.
okay.
19.
So all you guys are perceptive enough. You can hear crawling on the walls, on the ceiling,
Undead's
on the
here.
ground.
It's a hive.
But you can't. You can actually see. You both have dark vision, so you can't see colors when
Wait a
there's
minute.
no
Wait a
light.
minute. Wait a minute.
But you guys can see there's like these like shambling but they're crawling on all fours. They look like humanoid figures, except they have a big head, and their head is pretty much just a mouth and a big eye.
So
And they're
aim
all
for the eye.
they're coming around. There's got to be at least almost 30 of them.
So kind of like
coming,
lickers
but
from Resident
half
Evil.
are coming towards your group, and the other half is coming towards the other group.
Aim for the eyes.
We can just go through the doors.
You don't want to.
Well, you two are the only ones that can even see the doors, though.
Yeah, we're lost in the dark.
Can I use evasion?
But you have to know what you're evading first.
Incoming.
We can tell something coming. There's ears
There's
coming.
30 separated, tall, eyeless gross.
No, their
Crawling.
eye.
Oh,
eye.
huge eye. One huge eye.
We
Cyclops.
take
Big
your
mouth,
eye.
huge eye, crawling.
Brian, don't you have like the thing with light?
Knee level.
I don't think I have anything like
I
that.
do.
You have the light thing where you.
The light thing?
Don't you have a magic, like one of the things that's a light thing?
I have light.
I have light.
I have light.
Arrow.
Yeah.
Can
No,
I use
you
light
have-
to throw it up while they battle it
Light
out?
things
No,
up for
you
a
know,
while.
All right, well, you have to roll initiative.
All of us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have pictures of what we're fighting so I can see? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, actually it does.
Oh, come on. Man, I've been getting the worst.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like a little toady.
That's cool.
I rolled a 7. A
It's
wonderful
what
7.
now?
Plus what? You're
I always get this. Initiative 5.
Oh, yeah.
God, I'm always first.
So if I
Our
throw
group,
my
at
light up, everybody can see
your
what the
heart
hell's
light.
going on. Huh?
Use your heart light.
I will.
Turn on your heart light.
Who's going first? Who's going second?
First one is Miles. Miles can't currently see anything.
Except his
You're in the
singing
dark,
voice.
but you do hear these things like crawling on you. You do hear some like
Crawling on me?
not on you, but
Okay.
in this room. You do hear like the soldiers. They're kind of like very unsettled, and you can hear them starting to almost like panic. They're like, "What's that noise?" And you can hear people drawing their swords and they're like, "What's happening?"
Hold, everyone, hold. Kazaa, use your light.
You realize you have a torch.
Do I?
Yeah,
Everybody's
we all
got
have a torch.
torches.
Yeah, we all have torches.
Oh, well, that's not my thing, so I don't know if I have it or not.
Well, in Mark's defense, we did talk about me using my
Tinderbox.
light prior.
Never adventured anywhere.
Adventuring stuff. You adventure with torches.
Mark, use your Tinder. Left, right swipe, left swipe.
Yes.
Oh,
I left swipe
the
mode.
other thing you have.
Well, now I want to light a torch because there's no other way to do anything.
All right, and what else?
All right, you go into your backpack, you pull out your tinder, you light a torch, and you see the light appears. You see all these things scrambling. They all fixate on you.
Womp
Their
womp.
eyes all move towards the source of the light.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Fuck them all up.
And Kelson,
Snarf.
Want some? Come get some.
It's still pretty dark, and this is a pretty big place. I'm thinking
You
the
don't like
lightning
me?
arrow might be
Fight
interesting.
me.
Because who's after me? Bob?
after you
Chester?
is Bob, yes.
Chester. All right, so that doesn't really matter because you can still see.
Yeah, both of you guys can see, and he's got the torch
Should I
open now.
use my light since I'm the
I think I'm
last
going to go
guy?
big and just go with Conjure
No,
Barrage.
We have a torch now,
Conjure
and
barrage?
he's probably
Yeah.
going to conjure something.
All right.
Don't worry.
Well, it's more for
Big
these
old
two.
swing.
I'm
gonna-
replacing
He's going to conjure a giant glowing
pumpernickel
hippopotamus.
pieces over here if
got
anyone
it.
wants them. 'Cause I don't like pumpernickel, so out there if anyone wants it.
Where?
Pumpernickel things, I don't like them.
It's not that bad.
Okay, roll 3d8.
Supposedly the other one they like drink and everything. So I mean, what's the
You're a
difference?
D8, right? Yep. So that's 1.
Yeah, but there's a lot different. With,
Don't they eat and everything too?
no, you just drank, dude.
We're the only ones that
Hearing
crunch.
I watched
3, 4, and
I
6.
just listened to the beginning of it. It's the whole thing.
That's
They're
13.
great.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. They have a. They have a kobold that loves like just money. They have like someone that doesn't actually speak common, and had to get enchanted with like a certain ritual to do a court case to prove that a Frankenstein monster didn't kill like.
All right, so you basically pull out your longbow, fire an arrow that just comes into like this swarm of arrows. You hit 6 of them. They're not dead, but they're definitely wounded. But they're still fixated on the light source.
I'm going like this.
Then we go to Chester.
That's easy. I'm gonna burn my my 2 transforms, and go. I'm gonna go fire elemental.
Already?
Yeah, might as
All
well.
right, yeah, might as well.
I can hold this form until I run out of HP.
5 hours.
5 hours.
I don't think this battle's
Get some 5-hour energy going on.
hard. Did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was terrible.
The pink lemonade.
You can actually
Best case of
shape
awareness.
as a bonus action.
Yep, I know.
So Chester the dwarf, all of a sudden you see his skin turn red, and he just like bursts in the fire.
Way to go,
Now-
Johnny.
Now he's like he looks like a man that's about 8 feet tall, made of pure fire.
Flame on.
Johnny Storm at his finest.
You have no solid material, so you can literally move through a space as narrow as 1 inch
I
because
can
you were
actually
literally just burning fire now.
Squeeze through doors.
Badass.
Wow.
And I still have one other thing I can do. I can use my attack.
Your actions, basically, you only really have one action. You can make 2 touch attacks, +6 to hit, and you do 2d6 plus 3 damage.
Yep. If the target creature.
If they're flammable, which these people are, they take an additional 1d10 points of damage.
But I gotta touch them, huh?
Well, yeah.
Touch
You don't shoot rays of fire. You just are moving fire.
Elemental agoraphobic.
Could
You don't
I
touch.
possibly?
I don't want to.
That's a fist bump.
Can I cast a spell?
No, you can't cast spells in this form.
That's fine. All right, touch attacks.
All right, roll.
All right, so wait a minute. As he turns into this creature, I just like look at my torch and go, oh.
Yeah, well, yeah. This illuminates.
Yes, he
The
has.
element sheds a bright light in a 30-foot.
And dim light an additional 30 feet.
I just like throw my torch.
30
torch
feet
Yeah,
out.
you have
you
this
can
little
see
torch,
it,
and
uh,
all of a sudden he becomes like an 8-foot tall
I
bonfire.
just throw my torch out into the thing and catches onto like a
Plus.
We can roll
+6. This is
there you
+6. That's your attack.
All right,
If you
good.
want to write it down.
I will.
It's +6, 2 attacks. It does 2d6 plus 3. Oh no, wait a minute. It's different. Until a creature takes an action to douse the fire, they take 1d10 points of damage every turn.
So it's ongoing savings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they basically take 1d10 points of damage every turn until they douse the fire.
Okay, so that's the first attack. 16 plus 6. Second attack. 12 plus 6, 18.
That hits.
Okay, so
Nice.
So you do 46 plus 6 points of fire damage.
You're on fire.
46 plus 6. That is shitty. 6, 11 plus 6. So that's 17.
17 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. One is severely wounded, the one you're like barraging, and he's on fire still.
Barrage.
Okay.
berserker barrage.
Berserker barrage.
And anyone that attacks you also sets themselves on fire.
Oh, cool. So obviously I had to move down the stairway. Am I like at the front lead of the right stairway?
Yeah, you kind of.
Okay, cool.
And you're giving light to a little more than your entire half of the room.
You're welcome.
Welcome, America.
And the soldiers kind of cheer because now they can all see, and all the soldiers like draw their swords.
Ha
And now we go.
Can we see the other party?
No,
From where we are?
your side sucks.
Someone could die before they get up to the top of the stairwell if I
19 now.
berserker barrage.
All right, you seem very observant and looking around. Make a Constitution save.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, God.
It'd be bad if
Don't I have something that gives me bonuses
Went
to
rogue.
saving
I
throws?
grew a rogue and just
No, you have.
Oh, I have Indomitable. I can re-roll a failed saving
Yeah,
throw.
but you have proficiency, so you have a +2 to con, and you also have +4 because you're proficient in Constitution
be a
saves.
curveball.
So you have +6. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2
That
plus a 6.
doesn't matter.
Think about
You
it. though.
take 15 points of damage.
Wouldn't it be the best
Can
chance
I
to
re-roll
kill your
that?
enemy
Since it
Yeah, you can.
when they're fighting something else? Just saying.
16.
Okay.
Slade's
You
with me.
can feel like as you're looking around trying to survey all these creatures, you accidentally lock eyes with one of these guys, and they have that big brilliant eye, and you can feel the eye looking into your mind, and you can feel your body rotting from inside, but you're able to shake it off.
That's the guy.
All right.
Killed that guy. I let everyone in the room know, do not make direct contact with the large eye on these creatures.
It's got Ebola.
It has a death gaze effect. It's what killed the greeter in the main hall.
Yeah.
He bowled a perfect game.
Ebola, perfect game.
So fight the creatures, but do not make direct contact with their gaze.
All right, you get hit. One of them descends off the ceiling, and
This is Dave. Peter.
Kelly, Nikki,
Ryan. Scott.
Nicole.
And you're listening to B&M Baked Podcast. Oh, wait a minute. And we're from your
So, yeah. I'm tired, guys. Oh, that amazing thank you goes out to Beer and Battle. God damn it, just one of the best Dungeons and Dragons podcasts out there around. If you're interested in listening to them, I can recommend an episode called Carl Gandhi. That's the reference I made halfway through. Thank you guys very much for listening to Dungeonetics. I will be leaving you now to a special dance remix. Disco head beat, yes. Good night.
So to the disco.
So
to the disco.